Okay. Allegedly we're live. Hello, if you're already here. Otherwise we're just gonna chill for a little bit, work out what I'm doing today, and we'll see who's around. If anyone wants to come and hang. I'm gonna drink some water, prepare for the stream, get hydrated. Got that perfectly framed drinking shot right there. It's an advertisement for drinking water. Yeah. Big Water is paying me. Not very much. Actually, I pay for water. What am I kidding? Cool. So what are we doing today? We've got a bunch of things we can actually choose between. So, I didn't set the stream topic. Twitch. Spell it properly. Twitch TV. Okay. And then take me to not my video producer, my creator stream manager. This thing. Edit stream info. Oh, cool. No one's watching, so no one's even gonna know that I have. This is the. We'll put a part 2 on it. I guess that the topic was already fine, really. Whatever. Alright. So, we actually kind of spoiled for choice in terms of what to work on, but I think that the first thing I want to do is actually this point, because it is a substantial change that I just want to get out of the way, because it's going to unlock some other stuff. So, what we're talking about here is that in this new map prototype, let me run this game quickly so you can see. A native collection has been disposed. Okay, it's not a real error. It's all right. Come on. Yeah, so you can see here, this is a grid. Yes, I think you could probably put that together yourselves. And it's currently 6x6. The way that this works is you select a series of tiles, and the icons that you've selected on that path dictate what kind of encounter you're about to go into. So for example, it says begin combat there, but if I pick this one, it's play challenge. And if I pick, no, I don't have a way to demonstrate a shop. Oh, it's there. Anyway. So yeah, this is 6x6, as you can see right now. We're going to try and make that an 8x8 grid, because I think it will be more flexible that way. So 8, 8. First things first, just make it have the data. Everything should work. Like in terms of the data model, I think at this size, it's only that the rendering is messed up, which is pretty apparent here. It actually still fits in the screen surprisingly well, but I think everything needs to get a bit smaller. Let's bring this down to 70. I actually think this will be 64 by 64 maybe even. And if we look at tile, right? Yeah, this thing sort of got this size, maybe like this. Oh. Not what I expected. This image is scaled to 2 times currently, and 12 times on the Z-axis? That seems unnecessary. 1, yeah. 1.75 and 1.75. Now, 0 point... Holy crap. Let's just try it. It's too hard to calculate whether it'll be right. Let's just check. Well, it is smaller, and they are closer together. I can say that much. It's probably a bit dense. Yeah, that's my overall feeling, is it's a bit dense. Hop in. I actually think this can also be, firstly, a little higher up. Ooh, an idea is emerging. Okay. How do I not have a circle image? Map tile. Yeah, so something like this. That is not the right thing to have done. There we go. That, like, that high? Yes. Sprite, trim, file, save as. Sprite format, PNG. Decals, no. Game, sprites. Is there a map folder? No. Map. Where did I put... That's in game sprites. It's in map. It's in this folder? Oh, it's not exported as a PNG, so that doesn't matter. Gotcha. Map icon shadow. My naming is getting worse and worse as this game goes on. I have no convention. M for map. 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 There it is. And we want to set this to a sprite. Yeah. And we want this to be clamped, but we want it point and apply. Now, if we just take this, duplicate it quickly, and this is called icon shadow, then we pick shadow from here, that one. Yeah, we set native size on it, and then we just like bring it down, and then we almost certainly decrease the alpha on it quite a lot. And then this is sort of the vibe I'm going for then, right? We're like, the encounter type, the icon shadow could be bigger. 1.75, 1.75, funk. Then this could actually be a little bigger now too. 1.25? 1.25? Wait, 1.35, 1.25. That's the number I wanted. Put that up like that, right? Because you see, this is going to give it more of a 3D effect in the game. I'm not sure what the in the was supposed to end with there. Yeah, look at that. That's actually sick. But also, we need to make the shadow less obvious. It's too much. Bring it down again, like half the visibility. Really, it should like get more and less opaque as it floats up and down. Woo! But I don't really think I have to do that immediately or anything like that. I stopped checking the spacing for some reason. I should focus a little bit on like, is it too dense? Like, is it actually too dense? Is it just that the wave effect is kind of shitty? I actually think the shadow's too big. And I think the wave is too intense. The tile has a tile view controller. Let's get that open. So clearly it's got some kind of like oscillating, yeah, base Y, magnitude, pos factor. Oh no, we just incorporate the X and Y coordinate, but pos factor is passed in. Yes. So turn pos factor up. And maybe magnitude down by 1 though, also. Icon shadow, I actually think would be better at like this size. Maybe even smaller, honestly. Is that better? Yeah, that's probably better. Let's have a look. Any second. Hey. All right. So it needs a bit more space. The wave's a lot nicer now too. Press 7070 there. I'm gonna listen to some music as well because I can. So let's do. How do you can't make Spotify just refresh. Let's listen to. That's the one, and then that's the one. I want you muted over here, and I'll listen to my musics. Cool. So I think that spacing is decent here. The map does just need to be bigger, but I could just scale it up. Something like that, right? Maybe even bigger again. Ah, this probably has to move too. What about like this? This is better. I like it. This might not be the go, ultimately, like this panel here. I can't hear myself very well. Let me turn my blendy thingy. Yeah, I can hear my own voice a bit better now. Cool. Turn my volume up. Yeah, okay. Cool. So, I'm already making big gains here. Very large gains, I would say. What do we do now? Firstly, I need to actually capture all the parameter changes I made while running the game here. You can't hit save, can you? No. So, that was an easy change. Crazy. Let's just pause and copy some parameters down, actually. Ooh, burp straight into the mic. I'm so sorry. Lovely. So let's grab just text edit document. Will do it, man. You know what? This is stupid. More like it. Yeah, bring this in here. We'll just Vim. Okay. So this is for the board. We've got width 660, height 493. Cool. Yeah, so the board, those dimensions, its position as well, though. X 5.4, Y 215.71, and then board Y is negative 198. Then dialog box is this is wrong, but anyway, 0 x 0 y negative 1008, and I think that's close to it. Yeah, that's it actually. And then position y 215. We'll work it out in a second. It doesn't seem right. Something like that. What does that look like? Hold on. So the board is positioned relative to center, relative to bottom, and it's in the wrong spot. Yes, because it should be like that, right? I'm surprised those aren't resizing. I guess these two do scale. It's more like that. And then if we have this set to 1080, then yeah, these are the wrong shape completely for that, right? Not what I expected. Something like that? No, it needs to resize too, though. I think, well, let's run it first. We'll have to just find out. Man, designing fully resizable user interfaces is a difficult job. Interesting. I think we just need to make everything resizable. Yeah, that's okay. Let's have a look at that then. Probably a good idea to develop in 1080p instead of my my custom large resolution. They could be bigger or closer together. $55. The other thing is that I need to the icons are too big on them now. Too close. 59 by 59. Yeah, go back to 1. You go back to 1 as well. Bring that down, back to scenes. We will get it right eventually. I believe in myself. Cool. All right, we're getting there. Oh, hey Jake. Nice to see you again. Welcome. Watch me slowly move this thing up the screen. Aside from the fact that we can't see the UI properly, we're getting somewhere. Let's write these down now. Okay, so left, I'm bored. Left 660, right 660, top 152, bottom 479. Then on the board, we've got the width is negative at 192. That doesn't seem right. Board tile container. The Y is negative 181. And I think we can probably increase the spacing between the tiles a little bit is the other thing. So board, wait, it's this one. Yeah, spacing still can be more. So like 62 by 62, maybe? Then you were 660 by, no, 660. Then the top was 152. And the bottom was 479. Nice. It looks misleading because you can't see like the actual aspect ratio of the canvas for some reason. Yeah, that's more like it. There you go. You can see the crop rectangle here now. So this one is changed to a center position at 0 and 181. But that might be different after we change up the spacing values. Blah, can't speak. A tiny little bit too much spacing. Is 60 right? Maybe. I guess we didn't have to scale this at all, right? I could just be changing the underlying size of the tile. Maybe it would be smarter. Let's have a look at it. Getting closer. I still think we have a bit too much space. Does that mean 59.5 is the right number? Maybe the other thing is the, like, yeah, tile 2, pos factor 7.5. Is that better? It's just a bit like too much wobble in the board. I want it to be really subtle. It could be slower, maybe. What if we go back to this and I take this part off? So pause that. Let's limit their real size, he says in quotation marks at least. Then what size is right for these guys? If you were to double it, naive, though that's not right, is it? So like, it was 1.6, so 1.6 times 64 is 102? And 51. 150, I guess. That's what we'll do. Oh, weird. It's glitching out. Okay. Made those much bigger, and these can also get much bigger then. Then the spacing is actually more like that then. Apparently I wish on that front. Okay. So the spacing's way too high, but also... Put this back up to 4. There's no point in me trying to think of the right number, because apparently every time any number I think of is reliably incorrect. The only way to find the correct number is experimentation, it seems. Okay, 80 might be too low. Why is my frame rate so ass at the moment? We're back. 85, 85. So this is good. I think we just want to make the underlying board thing smaller now. Yeah, something like that, right? Like, that's pretty sick. This part's kind of messy up here. I gotta fix the sprite up. Thing is, these can go like way, way close to the edge. That's probably sensible to do that. And then same here, push it right up into the corner. Just to make sure it doesn't get in the way, you know. It'll reload when I come back, but I gotta get the size right, so I need to hide it down again. God damn it. So that's left 710, right 710, top 166, bottom 540. I already know what this is. 540 on that one. What the frick? Why does it look like that? Oh, I don't think it should be... Yeah, it should be like that. One day I will get the size of these assets right. Hear you me. Nice, and if I were to, like, go free aspect, yeah, I retain the ability to play the game, which is the goal. I actually think we need some kind of vignetting here, almost. I might do that. I don't know why I didn't copy the details down. I'm stupid. I know what I should have done now. Anyway, let's go to Figma because I want to make that vignette. So, yeah, that's obviously insane what I'm currently looking at. So this is in the center. That's all we know, and that's the native size. Start it again and get it right. Oh, logo design. Oh my god, logo design. Look at all that. Let's see. You play UI. Where would I have put the one thing I'm thinking of? Nope. Look, it's okay if we can't find it. I can make a new one. There we go. We have positioned it approximately in the right place. This should be 0. Let's write down the parameters for the last time. He says, not sure whether it will be the last time, truly. X 0. Y 194. Width 496. 27. Height 371. What's the 1080 frame? There we go. Vignette. That's the one. Can you cut off half of this? I think so. That's also an option. Cool. I want both of these. Export. Yep, save them in there. Now, if I go to level encounter this thing. There it is. Shadow. Where's this? Games Sprites UI. Gotcha. Add empty. Vignette. Spelt properly. Image. Vignette. I can see that the color's different in that one. Nah, give me that. Yeah. Put that in there. Oh, right, replace. There's another monitor for some reason. Sure. I want to see it with the background and see how much of a difference this makes. I don't think that, like, I can even tell it's there still. Yeah. It actually doesn't even look bad like that. I might take it to, like, a little less like that, though. Wow, you can see a lot through it still. Just almost completely opaque was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, like, it stands out nicely, to be honest. Yeah, I like it a lot. Mm -mm 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 -mm. The only thing I'm wondering is if maybe the board could actually be a little bit bigger, but I do think that at 1080, there's not a lot of room to be had here, so let's stick with that for at least the time being. This map is already looking way cooler. I do want to think about this UI more because I think that it's bad. Yeah, we'll do that next. Let me just make sure I'm happy with this. I didn't re-import the baseboard yet. That's the other thing. This I had at like 230. Sure, let's put it at 140. Cool. So yeah, re-import the board images. Then what? Yeah, we'll go into buttons after that, I think, because we've basically proven that 8x8 works just fine. Yeah, you. That's the way. We found it. Nice. So that ought to have gotten that shit out of the way a little bit. We'll do some mock-ups of how to handle that UI at the bottom of the screen too. Yeah. Honestly, this is looking cool. I like it a lot now. Yeah, and that like, so this like, I think this concept is not bad. But we could maybe do it a little bit differently still. Okay, let's get the icons into Figma and play around with ideas there. Actually, no, even better. Let's pause this, hide the thing, the thing, this, and then take a screenshot of this and work on it in Figma. That's probably not bad of an idea. Cool. What screen is this? What page am I on? UI resources. Meh. I continue to proliferate Figma boards. You cannot stop me. And if we turn it back on, so we just have a reference for what it looked like now. And then we can stop playing for a sec. So now we have these two side by side, right? So we've got our like, this is what we were working with, and we're going to try and take this inspiration into this. Let's get the encounter icons that we've been using. Encounter icon config has the secret source, yeah. Reveal and Finder. Nice, we have the gang. They look a bit big now in games. Maybe don't go quite that big, right? Last 3/4. That's what I wanted. Get you guys a better view of everything. So yeah, we're looking at that kind of size. So we're going to kill a couple of birds in one stone here, ideally. That was a sword, chest, and 2 shops. Sure. So you can sort of imagine, like, we're not going to deviate that much from this, but we want something less like dialogue boxy here, right? It doesn't need to stick up this way and obscure so much of the screen, and it's kind of obtrusive currently. So I reckon maybe a way of doing this is like if I go to the over here, back we have I don't know why I feel the need to copy this, but I do. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the kind of thing I was thinking about. Although this is even with the wrong font, so I don't really know what I was thinking here. Atkinson Hyperlegible is the one, yeah. I still don't know how useful that is, but we'll see. Shop. you will find one reward. Maybe like bring to front just over the top of that. Then I think these guys should be like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2 across. Like a bit like more like that. Yeah. And then a button. So that's what we're gonna have to work on next too, is that I don't really like our current button style that much. I think a rounded button style might fit this game better. In like the loosest sense, this is the text we want, which is like visit shop. And this is this color for now. Bring to front. Yeah, like that. Make it a bit thinner than that, but make it this tall too. And it's got the middle, no, damn it. It's that one, yeah. So yeah, like this is a pretty unexciting button as well at the moment. We're just gonna think a bit more about how to make these buttons cool. So let's our basically prototypical button, but then like 2 on the outside, the color of this. So I actually have a particular way I want to do this, I think. I want to put a stroke on a stroke. Is that so criminal? Whatever. Don't be like this, but why are you not letting me move you out of the group? There we go. Duplicate one. This one has an 8 pixel stroke instead. This one, this color is like dark, but it goes in front. Then its fill color is also this. So this was an idea I had for buttons. Simple-ish kind of style overall. I actually think you want one more of these, which is like a 9 thickness one with a black border. Like, so you can do something like this, and it's much more exciting visually, for sure. I don't think that they've got quite got the parameters right, though. So, try this being like 7. Um... The other option is that it's like this, I suppose. I kind of feel like that's better. Detach instance. Yeah. Send to back. Oh, not like that though. This is like, I think, kind of the shape that is in my mind while looking at this. We might be able to back this out of there, basically, then. If this was like a... Yeah, you can do something like this, right? Which is, I mean, that might be the best way to handle this. Ignoring the fact that it's covering the units, which wouldn't happen normally. I don't hate it. I definitely don't hate it. The button style might not be right still. We'll do it for more varieties of the button to check how I feel about it. But first, I'm going to use the bathroom. So like, BRB. Yeah. There we go. That's my sophisticated BRB screen. I will indeed BRB. All right, nice. We have accomplished the goal. Probably don't need the BRB message anymore. Cool. What was that? Music. Hmm. Okay, so let's have a quick drink. So like, I think we're on a good trajectory. I still don't know if this is the right kind of button. I do wish that we had like this bit of the screen in front of that. I can make it happen, but it's just not really worth it. But no, let's do it. It'll be easier to understand what it should look like if I can manage to plonk some of these guys down on top of it, right? The way it looks in game is slightly different to the way that these look. That's a frustration. All right, whatever. And we can get rid of your name too, because there's already our names here. Well, not necessarily, yeah. The wide card is the thing I want to duplicate. What the fuck? Why are you a frame? Put that one there. Put that one like there, and then one like there. Just something like that, right? Just so we can see the mock-up of the proximity of everything to each other. So I think like this can move up a little bit, like one notch like that, yeah. Yeah. I'm not in love with this text and how it works, but it's not awful. Okay, button. So duplicate you, bring you down here. What else can we do? You can imagine like, we can do the inverse of this, which we already did fuck around with a little bit. So this one being filled with black, and the text being yellow. So there's that part, which like, it looks like it's not available though when it looks like that, right? Let's go with something a bit more cartoony, perhaps. I can think of that too. So like, if we take some of these stacked rectangles and remove some of them, and we have this one here. Actually, this isn't even, this is a pretty good test rather. So duplicate that and then bring it, no, wrong way. The rectangle itself. Duplicate this one, bring it down. Well, like, yeah, if you just make this thing then black, it is a very clickable looking little button, right? It like clicks into the screen a bit. That's another way of doing it. What we should really do with this guy though is that this isn't the same on all the corners. Independent corners, that's the one. So like 0 on there and 0 on there. That's not right though. That should just more like, oops, sorry, it's more like this, I guess, where you're just like, no, it's not like that either. It's like, I'm so dumb. It's like this, and then you duplicate one of these, and you can just put it in the middle and turn the corner radius to 0 on that one. And then make sure it's the right width to fit within it. So that's another good option, especially if you were to do like, yeah, like this stuck on it as a little like badge is what I'm thinking of. So like, oh, all I do is sit here rotating dollar signs, apparently. There we go. Other questions are like, what color does this need to be here? I don't think that's the right color. That's cool. Variant plus hover. Hover should change the color of the top to be lighter. And it should slightly get taller. And another variant, which is active. And active is when you push this down. And then active should have the color change too to something a bit more like... This one should be slightly skewed this way. I think there is an argument for these not being all black at the bottom. Probably too lazy for Bard fan art today. I just saw that. Yeah, that's fair enough, Jake. As discussed before, I will not hold you to any obligation. So yeah, if you go with a really dark brown instead, it might actually be nicer. Cartoon button. Cartoon button, yes. Cartoon button. Nice. So you can, like, imagine this in this spot instead. Make the bar have dollars in his eyes when you visit the shop. That's a great idea. Why can't I select the button I want? There we are. I wonder if it would be better with black. Now you've seen both. It's possible this just shouldn't be like so oppressively dark too. I guess you can restack it like this. That's the other way. Not sure he'll turn his 1 pixel eyes into dollars, but anyway. Yeah, me neither. Hello, Ricky. Welcome. That stacks maybe a little bit better. I need to see it side by side, to be honest, to know. So we had this underneath this before, and then we had this down the bottom, and then this bit up here before. So, like, I think there's an argument for both. The visual hierarchy of this one reads more sensibly, but this one gives the primary action, like, at the top, which probably makes more sense. Let's turn my Spotify down so I can hear myself think, and then... What if I made it dark again, like the stroke? Because, like, I think this... yeah, this makes a big difference to the overall feel of the thing, right? I wonder if it should really be like use less colors in the UI and be that color. It looks a bit sad like that though. I guess we could redesign the other icons so that these have a different background instead. That's probably overdue. This button is the most fun button I've managed to put in the game so far, for sure. Oh, you can Discord today. Okay, let me work out how to do that on this computer. I think I did set it up, but let's have a quick look. So let's have a look at OBS while Discord's starting. Get out of my way, you're covering my screen. So I can do system preferences, audio, output, and I've got streaming aggregate device. That's what I was looking for. So first question, we can see that I am still getting my audio out now. If I switch, yes, my audio has maintained. That is good. And then input is, oh, of course, because input would be the same, yeah. So now new questions emerge. Is this configured correctly? Black hole 2 channel, probably. Okay, so my desktop audio is on. Let's make the game make a noise and see what comes through on stream. Any second. Yep, cool. That's probably, I don't know what level we'll want Ricky at. We'll keep it a bit quieter at the moment, and then I'll turn it up once we're on call and we have some idea. Yeah. Friends. Apparently that's the section you're under. Why lagging so hard? Why are you lagging? What is happening? Discord using 100% CPU. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's start voice call. I don't hear anything from Discord, which seems like a problem. Voice and video. Output device default streaming. Well, I should be able to hear that. Oh, hello.
I should be able to hear that.
I can hear myself on your stream, I think. Sorry, on your microphone.
Ah, there we go.
Welcome.
Yeah, my microphone wasn't plugged in.
Ah, that would do it. So I don't know how loud you are for people on stream. That seems difficult to work out.
I can listen to your stream if you want.
Looking at the green bar, you seem to be loud enough to me currently, but I don't know if you're like deafeningly loud or something.
Jake, am I definitely loud?
Jake's eardrums explode.
Jake.
You have to do our audio levels. We're incapable.
Not so much incapable as
Unwilling.
unwilling. Hang on. Let me mute Discord, and
apparently you are not loud. I guess that means that you're not too loud, but I don't know if that means you're quiet. Okay, so I was doing a thing where is Figma?
I have muted you on Discord, and I'm listening to your stream.
Okay, that means you will have a lot of latency when I speak, but just I guess you can do it.
I think my voice is probably just about as loud as yours.
Yeah, according to my green bars, I think that's correct. I can definitely tell you're listening to my stream because there's a massive delay in you responding to me.
Yeah, I changed back to the Discord.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Jake.
The
So I
volume is
opened
fine. Very
Discord
good.
and I have so many things.
So many massages.
So many messages.
Um,
Oh, I've been very neglectful of the Song of the Fae Discord.
yeah, I realized there was a bug report that I hadn't like responded to for a month the other day, and I was like, "Oh, I did see this. Sorry." It's difficult, you know,
Oh yeah,
having other things to
that's
do.
one that we knew about.
Yeah. The
There's a plan in place to fix that one. That's good.
the plan is to not have the same map, so any bugs with the old map cannot exist in the new one, ideally.
Yeah, but also we talked about the challenge rooms, I guess, but
Oh,
they
yeah,
may
yeah.
need to rework them with the new thingy.
So like, if you're looking at my stream, this is what I am currently doing. Is like I made it an 8x8 grid earlier.
Nice.
And I'm just thinking about like how to actually do the UI where I basically rethought like, okay, so I had it in game like this, and I was like, I don't mind this panel being at the bottom, but it's just taking up way too much of the screen. And then I was like, the other day, just being like, our buttons in this game are not interesting, and that was an intentional choice to just have buttons. But I was like, it should look like it's appealing to visit the shop in this screen. And it isn't in the one on the right here. So I'm trying to think of ways to make it seem more appealing currently.
This is in Figma.
This is in Figma. This is in the UI resources page of Figma.
I'm so glad that you said that because like
It's really hard to know where to go.
the Figma is really
Yeah, it's like we've maxed out the number of pages we can have, and so I'm like, now we just put stuff in our existing pages.
but some of them are really they're really not anything like there's
Yeah.
one that's like narrative things and
Well, that's like
it's the
if you,
very earliest draft.
if you come to this board that so this page I'm in, this is like very early UI sketches, and then today. That's all that's in here. I am doxing your stream. As long as you don't write my address in that box, it's probably okay. I would dox you if I could, but I don't know the information.
Just a random address, I guess.
So like,
This UI has the
yeah.
tildes.
It's good. I just like put these old cards over the top of the new ones because like I took a screenshot and just edited on top of it.
I see.
So like,
I mean, there is a whole thing that we need to explore about the fact that luck is not
important.
enough. It's not important enough. And also having a kill count probably makes sense in terms of units having some sort of progressive value.
Yeah, I mean the kill count may return, I think, and I still think whenever the game's like luck up or luck down, I'm like, the completely neutral reward or punishment.
There are definitely interesting ways to explore luck. I just we have not been.
We've kind of.
Is number,
Wait, Jake says
no.
you're distorted. I think I'll turn you down a little bit. You're peaking. Yeah. I was gonna say that luck just that we've kind of removed more RNG from the game in terms of like situations where the player is rolling a dice actively. Are you still there?
I'm back. Sorry,
Okay.
my internet dropped out, which is probably why I was a bit distorted.
Yeah, you should be. Well, whatever Jake's hearing should be what I'm hearing. So I guess it's hard to tell without me listening to my own stream. I can do that, but whatever. So
Fiddled with the network, so hopefully that fixes it. Anyway,
so really my like immediate questions for you are just like, what do you think of what I'm currently like looking at here, like in terms of the structure of this screen, the relative scale and position of things is one aspect, but also just the button. Like I'm trying to think of button styles and like how we can make buttons look more clickable in this game.
I like the button. It's a little more orange. Like the color is not actually quite.
Yeah, it's not the color. It's the not. It's the old color code. It's the enemy's color code, not the reward color code. I think. Like
Yeah.
that's the reward color code. I just changed it to.
Yeah. Honestly impressed with myself that I noticed that, but it does make a difference. It's the enemy one is subtly more aggressive.
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit more like worry about this. Not this is strictly good.
Yeah. I like the button. The tokens themselves are something that.
Now that I've looked at the button in this style, I was saying this on stream before. I think that like the tokens kind of look shit. I could make new tokens.
Yep, I like this UI if the top button, the visit shop button, only appears when you reach like. Well, I'm not even sure. You don't have a minimum number of squares to select at the moment.
I think that we
But if
should
you did
introduce a
have
minimum
that,
number of squares to select.
and then the button appears.
Yeah, so I was kind of
I think it's
thinking
good.
there'd be a UI state, which is something like, I'll just undo it after I do this. Well, like, if you just only had one thing in the queue, it would just be like, you've just got this.
Yeah.
And that's all it would have down here. Maybe you could. The other option is like you could grey out the button instead. I don't know if that's desirable.
Even if the button's just here and it goes
Question mark, question mark,
I'm
question
gonna
mark.
edit this. And then it says, select more.
Yeah, it could just say like select more tiles in there. Maybe it should be like you must select at least 2 tiles is what it should say, because then it's like if you were on this screen and you had no idea how to play the game and that thing just said you must select 2 tiles, the only thing you can interact with is the tiles. So you'll get there eventually. Yeah, something like that. Although I think that, well, I don't know. I don't think we want to enforce 4 strictly, but we could. That's the other thing. We just can say it has to be 4.
I'm not sure there's much to be gained by having the option of 3 or 4.
Yeah, because it's like, I suppose why would you... The only reason you'd pick 3 instead of 4 is to intentionally like lower the difficulty or to avoid a particular icon. Or I guess 3 just happens to get you to exactly the spot you want. That's the other option.
So the 8x8 grid gives you 16 encounters.
You mean if you did all of it, or...
Yeah, if it's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you lower it to 3, it gives you up to 21 encounters.
I guess the question is, we were talking before about this being a layer in which the player gets like more control over what happens to them, right? So is choosing the number of tiles a way in which they can meaningfully impact that, or is it just insignificant compared to which tiles you choose?
I think... Well, I mean, certainly choosing less than 4 gives you the option, but I think it adds a degree of complexity that the game doesn't benefit from.
Yeah, it seems a little bit like a because you can kind of thing, but there's probably going to be like a number of tiles that's usually the right number to select. And to be honest, I usually select 4 when I play, so...
Yeah, this is going to be slightly annoying for me to do. I don't know why we're in... to make space, I guess.
I actually have an idea.
Hang on, where's the... Oh, I don't actually have the skull anywhere. Where is the skull icon?
Which one?
The one that's the punishment tile.
Oh, I can get out of the game assets.
Yeah, I only have the boss one. I guess the boss one will cover my point. Let me come back to where you are. UI and... No, it's not UI and card. It's
at resources. I have the icons here, by the way.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Check them down here with the rest of them. So, here's my thinking. Ready? You have a situation where from this tile, it's like this.
Oh, you just wanted to mock up a
You
scenario.
might only want to select 3, and then 4 forces you to select a punishment.
Then the next question is that a bad thing?
Well, I think the answer is this situation only arises when you desperately want this shop.
Yeah, I feel like it's like
because you can go around these. I think selecting 3 might give you too much ability to avoid. Like, I never take punishments.
yeah, it seems like, you know, if you want to be forced to take a punishment, then having a fixed path length is a way to achieve that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see what.
And
Sorry, go on.
yeah, I
Yeah.
saw this. This
I,
is good.
I think it basically tells you what to do, right? Then by just by looking at it.
Yep, yep, yep. The other thing I was thinking about is having click and drag for this map would be so good.
Yeah, I agree. It's just like something that I didn't want to build first.
Yeah.
I'm still undecided
just
ultimately on
wanted to
whether
make
this map should take place in like a 3D game space or if we should keep it as 2D, because it's kind of weird that it's 2D but the in-game is 3D.
Well, this mock-up is the like
It's just like,
even though it's not fun
oh, you're glitching.
anyway. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know what's up with the internet today. It's raining here, so I guess all the cables have decided to take a break.
The rain's knocking all the internet out of the air. Yeah.
Yeah, the humidity means the internet can't rise very far, you know.
Okay, so like I think let's not digress on how to make this map better, because like I can think of a lot of ways that it could be improved visually, especially. But like I think if we said it was 4, a selection of 4 is actually a pretty good step in my mind.
Yeah, particularly because it divides evenly into 4.
Mm.
You do have a situation where there are 3 tiles that you have to neglect because you select the boss as part of that group of 4.
Well,
which is no, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting way the maths works out.
Yeah, it is interesting. I don't think wasting tiles should be something that we worry about too much, because the like experienced player will probably make a beeline for the boss a lot of the time anyway.
Yeah. I am thinking that the tokens, if you replace the combats with enemy units and you replace the challenges with some sort of larger enemy unit or something, then I think the tokens will look less bad.
Well, I think the question is, yeah, do we go all, like I was almost thinking the other way, like you could go all in on tokens, or we should probably go all out on tokens, as in try and avoid them.
Yeah, I just think it's too much. I don't know. I think from a UI perspective, as a player, it probably makes more sense to have like tokens, but I'm not convinced.
Well, the thing I struggle with is like what the UI at the bottom is supposed to look like if you deviate from tokens, because you're gonna have to make a token version of it for being like, these are the 4 things you have selected.
Yeah.
I've
forgotten how to pop out chat.
I like the idea certainly of the units actually standing on the board. Like I think it's cool, but the thing is, you can actually do that and then have a token like above their head or something still if you wanted to. Like there's a lot of ways to handle it. The other thing is, like, in a more traditional board game, that there wouldn't be tokens floating like this. There would be the floor tiles, right? It would just be on the floor as the entire square.
Yeah, it's true.
And we could like, I mean, we can do that. I don't know what it will look like, but it is possible. If I can get the sword icon without the rest of it from somewhere, we could mock that up. I can get that from the original stuff. UI resources. Bink. Oh, of course, this is just the colored rectangle, not the entire sword. My favorite.
Yeah, that's what you wanted, right?
Yeah, why not? UI resources, come back. Okay, now we have it with a number. So yeah, if you make a rectangle that's like 64, then we rotate it by 45 degrees, group that, height by 2. Yeah, so you can just like bring to front that, that in there. And maybe this background thing's color is like Well, it could be that one. Stroke to inside of that color. Yeah, so this is like the other angle on it, is making the floor look like this for the tile.
Yeah, kind of make it more board gamey.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to like, ideally this will be very understandable if we just use like very obvious metaphors from other kinds of game.
I don't love this.
Yeah.
Like I agree for the reasonings behind it, but I think it doesn't actually compel.
I mean, you can even go like, the other way of doing this is something like, this should be super transparent if I was going to do this, but like the tiles are just going to be color coded instead, and then you don't need the icon. But I don't know.
I think it'll kind of look dull. I mean, maybe the optimal solution is you select a tile, the bard moves there, and the unit occupying that square turns into a little tile and falls down to where.
Well, that was my sort of. I like this existing design because it has that already, where you can touch this thing, this circle, and it can just go into the UI, and you can have a little animated transition, or even not, and you're going to immediately understand the link.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think you can do that. Like with these units, if you have the unit fly off the board and then a token descend, like if you know the save from the maze effect, even if you had that and then a token come down from the ceiling with the unit in the circle, your brain would make the connection.
Yeah.
And so you would be able to do that with everything if you know.
I think you'd have to just do something kind of like you just need a token that looks like a generic unit, because I don't want to have this like we're making work for ourselves that doesn't need to exist, especially at this stage in what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Because it's just like the tokens are already working, so
yeah, it's true. It can go through some iterations, but if you go to the IRL board page, like, I actually still really like the look of this board. To be honest,
I don't like the mixture of tokens and units. I think it's really hard to understand what I'm looking at.
I agree with that. I think you can
the thing is, like,
get rid of all the tokens from this, and I think it is kind of nice.
But then like without the tokens on it, you can't tell what to do.
Yeah, it does conflict with the design of the it's different movement rules for the map and the in-game combat encounters, because you can't move to an occupied square.
Yeah, I think.
Anyway, well, we can put a pin in it. It's not the sort of thing that needs an answer right now, but
yeah, I just don't know. Well, I don't have a clear enough understanding of how much of an impact it will actually make to the enjoyability currently. If we were gonna like, okay. We could look at like redoing the tokens, but if we're not sure if we even want to use tokens, I think it's not worth trying to do that.
No, exactly. They communicate what you want them to communicate. My only other gripe with this is that the shop and reward
and mini game icons are all the same. Yes,
they all look too similar.
Yeah, we should really have different colors for all of them. I just like we
haven't been bothered.
Well, we just have had the shops be a orange icon, but it doesn't have to be, and probably shouldn't be.
Yep.
And then equally the mini games, like I don't know what color it should be, but they don't have to be orange either. The orange should probably be for the rewards.
When your unit gets a buff and the thing goes green, even though they're getting an attack buff, it messes with my brain so much.
The thing goes green.
You know, in combat.
Yeah. It's blue.
Blood built or something or whatever, and they get an attack. It's blue?
Yeah.
I think
the colors for buff and debuff are totally unique and aren't used by anything else in the game.
Yeah, great. Because there was a time when I think they were green and it messed with me. It's probably in the itch version of the game that I have a bad habit of going into.
If you look in on stream, so debuff is salmon and buff is cyan. And these are configured. Yeah, that is actually cyan, and that is actually salmon. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's probably me using the old itch version of the game, and I was like, oh man.
what are we? So I have only designed 2 kinds of button before deciding that this one was like good enough to put in the game, but I would like to think about it a little more before just going for it immediately. I don't know what like my logic with trying a more rounded button here was just like, this game is supposed to be kind of cartoony and fun, so the buttons should reflect that idea. But I don't really know if this is the only way to do it.
What type of buttons? I mean, we're gonna have visit shop. We're gonna have start encounter.
Yeah, I think it's begin combat. I've got visit shop, like enter challenge.
Start encounter is a good neutral one that we should write down somewhere so we don't forget. And then I was gonna say challenge boss, but if you have enter challenge, then
yeah, I got stuck on this actually when writing the button prompts the other day, but I can't remember what I went with. I can check the code. But also, like, ideally, this button style needs to be able to replace like this button up here and all the buttons in the title screen and other kinds of buttons throughout the app. So like, yeah, I got to think about how to scale it basically. Because you can do like, I mean, like, it's gonna work if I make it smaller.
And you need a little icon of the bard
running away.
Sad.
Yeah. Like, I think that this gets the job done in terms of like a style, but is it like the game's style? Pardon?
So the text be white. What do you think?
Yeah, I think for this one, the color contrast is better at white. I think the text needs a shadow, maybe. Like, not like that one. And then distance like 1.
Is this the edge? Oh boy, that's upsetting. Didn't notice. I made all the borders white.
I saw for a second. That looks better because the text now pops off the button properly. We can do that same change actually in the source one. Maybe it would look fine here too. So we filled that with white, give it a drop shadow with distance 1, 1, blur, 0, maybe 2, 2, and 50%.
Do you want...
I don't know if it's better or not.
I don't think it's better. I think the abandoned run one, it's good. What? Can't say 2, 1, 2, 4, 1, 600.
What are you looking for?
I put a color style on and then 2, 4, 1, 600. And I think the drop shadow looks wrong there.
Well, why is options red?
It's not red. I just haven't changed it.
Ah.
No, it's not white either. It's grey.
Yeah, there's a particular UI color. Just sample the... Yeah.
Normal 2? Is it called normal 2? It looks like normal 2.
I think that the text color is wrong now.
It's the same text color as
it's the border color. Yeah, okay. The border color maybe should be different for this. It's because it's a bit red for a grey button.
Yeah.
I will desaturate it a bit. There we go. Yeah.
No, we should keep abandoned run as abandoned run. I was going to change it to abandoned bar.
And you can sort of imagine, like, I'm thinking that you could have an icon on lots of these buttons to help clarify. Well, like, this wouldn't be a money. This would be like a gear or something in here, for example.
Yep.
Let's do the emoji hack for this. Oh, I typed emoji into the emoji picker. I'm an idiot. Can I have one emoji, please, Mr. Apple?
Please, sir, may I have an emoji?
Why is that? Why is it? It's like, what are you doing? Why is it doing this? Why does it keep flipping upside down? What the fuck? 24. No resizing for you. Just be there. There we are.
Ooh. I love the inner shadow really just making it uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. Oops. That's the wrong one.
There you go. Oh, it's beautiful now. This cog has seen things.
Oh, wow. Okay, it does look very different. I don't know what the right icon for abandon run is.
I figured the bard dying is too
Extreme.
thing, but there's another dead bard with crosses for eyes somewhere, but I think it might also be too big.
The dead bar with crosses for eyes is, yeah, like on the game over screen. Okay, I put the running emoji. Oh, the running emoji doesn't work in this font, or just ever. Yeah, ever. All right. Not an
It's sad
option.
that the game over screen doesn't say you goofed it, now you're dead anymore.
We can put it back. There's no icon for like give up. What does it mean? Sad. That's what we'll go with.
But there's one where he just has crosses for eyes. He's not lying on the ground and.
Where is this though?
We're overthinking this.
Yeah.
What you actually want is the broken heart icon.
You're right. That's good. Yes.
That's exactly what you want.
There's a patched up heart emoji. I didn't even know that. I want the actual broken heart one. That means the background needs to be different so I can see this. Not a huge deal.
You don't think it look good white on red?
How do you make the thing white? You just want to tint it. You can do that.
What are you editing?
I'm not editing anything. I just have it selected. I'll unselect it.
I will edit it. I don't need 2 drop shadows, thank you though. It's very kind of you.
2 drop shadows for the price of 1. Can you have a white drop shadow? Does it work properly? Oh, what the? It looks like it's snowed on it.
100% have an inner. There you go.
Not bad.
Yeah, it'll do for now.
Yeah, I think that's not awful, certainly. What about like in the... I'm just trying to do some like case tests of how this will work. So where's the like you got a reward mock-up? I want to try and find that dialogue box and see what it'll look like. I just found a thing on the first page where it's the bard being like, remember Adage the patient? It seemed like they were in a hurry to die.
Yeah.
Ah, there's the reward thing.
Yeah, that's nice one.
What did you change?
Turns out I just have the power to do this kind of thing. Let's make it
I can do anything.
Yeah, turns out I have some sort of meager talents. I didn't feel like this line was big enough. I couldn't see it, so I made it.
Yeah. All right. So, despite what I said before about being like, we have just settled on the first option, I still think that the first option is pretty good.
First draft, final draft.
Except that I've done that like a million times over at this point, but yeah.
First draft, final draft. First draft, final draft. First draft.
First draft, final draft. Okay. So if you were to like...
My baby has caught her reflection in the mirror and now she is sad.
What the frick is that?
Maybe she can't see her face properly. I'm unclear whether it's from seeing her face or not seeing her face that's making her sad.
It's one of them for sure.
Yeah, I got it too.
No worries. Put that behind this one, and then stretch it out. We actually don't want a normal rectangle, so we do want a normal rectangle. What am I doing?
Please here if you want. Oh, good. She's reconciled herself to her own appearance.
Excellent. She's incorporated her true physical being already.
This is an italic box. Very fancy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see, like, are there other shapes that would be a better choice here? As of yet, I have no idea.
I mean, I do like the square cornered abandoned run one.
The square corner. What do you mean the old one?
Yeah, just the text boxes themselves are kind of boring.
Yeah, I think a part of this is also that, like, this design trying to have some kind of element of squishiness or like interactiveness to the buttons, where like when you click on them, they descend into the page a little bit, into the screen a little bit, and like pop back out, and they can be springy because that'll make them more fun to click.
Yeah.
Make a game where the buttons are fun to click. Everything else will follow. I actually can't tell whether it makes more sense to go with rounded corners or this more box-like thing. Now I'm seeing it side by side. I have no real strong feeling. Oh, what the frick was that?
But this should be this, right?
Yeah, well, actually, not that one. It shouldn't even be. It should be the darker one.
It should be the darker one. It should be enemy.
No, it should be. It should be the color of the chest.
Just the one I picked. You had the wrong one.
I just changed it to the color of the chest. It is now the color of the chest. The color of the chest isn't in the palette.
It's not 2 p.m. yellow.
Yeah. Oh, also, I've used black here instead of brown. That's the other thing. Okay, are you editing it still?
Yeah, I've made a style called chest yellow.
Nice. So, like, if you put that button in there instead, and we toggle between them, I actually have no freaking idea what I prefer, I don't think. Oh, that's not... None of these are the cartoon button I thought they were. There we are. No? There we are. That's it.
I mean, I like the square one.
Does it...
Do you feel like we should go hunting for, like, actual inspiration on this?
I mean, it might make sense, but then, like, what is a game in which you like the user interface? That's the challenge I have. There's not a lot of games with, like, really good user interfaces to choose from. What does Dicey Dungeon have as button styles?
Dicey
Dungeon. I just googled the game without anything else. I guess I was hoping that the images would tip me the answer. Their buttons are incredibly boring.
Obviously. Yeah. I mean, the choose a reward things. We could definitely do a better job.
What do you mean choose a reward things? Like the shop?
Sorry, I can't do that. Hang on.
Hey, well, you can just look at the stream and tell me if I'm looking at the same thing as you. Like the...
I put it underneath you in Figma.
Ah, right.
Sorry, I have the stream paused because I think it was making me lag.
Ah, right.
Like, because I was streaming and also Discording.
And then... I see. They have that like subtle texture on the edges of the buttons, which adds some visual interest. Yeah. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, but I mean, also this kind of like choose the reward for the units. It's just...
I mean, this is just a really sort of by the book design for it. I don't know.
Sometimes you just reach a point where you realize that other people are making better games than you are. And like, it's just hard to deal with.
I don't think that Dicey is like this unattainable level.
Thanks.
Oh, cool. We might have a house guest.
Oh, what sort of house guest?
It seems rude to say unwanted kind, but that was the immediate joke that came to mind. No,
it does seem rude.
No, this is someone who's a friend of ours who may be taking some stuff
that you don't need.
We're downsizing basically.
I'm gonna go to the game UI database and then just look at stuff. Title and menu systems, mode and screen select.
I'm going to go say hello to our guest.
That seems wise.
I will.
You will return eventually?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll be back probably in like 10 minutes.
See ya. Okay, we're picking buttons that we think are nice. Got to pick some nice buttons out of this lineup. I don't really want RTS buttons. See, the other part is like you have to pick a button style that is actually appropriate for your genre of game. So it's pretty limited there too. Is that? Oh no, there's more UI. Cool. Yeah, like Angry Birds is maybe a little bit too what's the right word? Too that way for what I want. I don't really. I mean, Artifact's not really a good style ref for us either, I don't think. You ended up drawing something predictable always, Jake. Yeah, you always capitulate eventually and have to do the Bard fan art. Should I be checking my phone? I'm gonna check my phone. You did. You did send it to me. Oh, a rare hand-drawn option. I like the skeleton a lot. Let me send this to the computer. I'll turn my display capture off for a sec. Back. Let's open it up. Then Ricky will be able to see it when he gets back too. Swoosh. The Bard's the Bard's hair is a vibe, like coming out from under his hat. I like that. I mean, this is a pretty good start. We probably need, like, it makes me aware that we don't have enough characters because we're supposed to have more Fae than we actually have here. But we're off to a good start here. I can't. There's something about the like. Something about this face. Okay, something about this face reminds me of Krusty the Clown's daughter. I'm probably making this up, but like, I sort of feel like if you put a hat on her, then you get this. Oh, you can't even see her in the background behind this image. I see. Let me move her across more. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And tell me these aren't the same person. You cannot deny. I was able to achieve this without leaving the couch. Great success. Yeah, that's it's always a win if you can do something from the couch, I think. I'll wait for Ricky to get back to deliver his opinion. I like Cormag's head in this a lot. This is a good face for Cormag. Maybe the reason why... Okay. Maybe the reason why this reminds me of Krusty the Clown's daughter is the combination of the hair and, like, it being pushed down like this and the sort of, like, innocent smile, but it's also the musical instrument, right? Because she has the violin in that episode. I've become distracted because apparently someone has decided this needs to exist. I don't know exactly how you come to that conclusion, but... Sure. All right, I'll bring it back up when Ricky gets back. Meanwhile, I will continue to just look at game UIs. So yeah, most of these buttons are like, I don't want to say shit, but that is basically what comes to mind. That's a juicy button down there. Nintendo, god of UIs, man. Beckabone. Bad North. I'll have a look at Bad North's icons and buttons. Yeah, see, AAAs aren't really the reference point for this because all AAA games seem to have the same, like, Microsoft Xbox user interface these days. I want, like... Why is my Twitch feed flickering? I want weird... Well, not weird, but indie, you know, fun UIs. Ooh, Brawl Stars. That's a fun button. Yeah, so they went with something like what we've got. That's interesting to think about. Something I like about these style of buttons is that you can, I was gonna say back to back them, but side by side them easily, and it looks correct. Which is not so true of the rounder versions, right? Like, if I take this one here, and I paste it in, bring it down, that's not the right one? Wait, that's the one I wanted. No, it's not, apparently. This thing, copy it, paste that, bring it down. There we go. All I'm trying to demonstrate is that this doesn't look quite as good side by side. Holy crap, that was difficult, apparently. I'm pretty happy with the general concept here. Let's do a few different like states of this same user interface to satisfy that it's gonna work. So satisfy ourselves that it's gonna work. So that's like that whole thing there, basically. Copy, paste, bring it down here. So let's say that this is the yeah, this is the state where you've got none of these filled in yet. And then that, and that can go. So that's empty state. And then when it's half full, we've got that one. To be honest, I actually quite like this now. The other option is like, you can do the icons differently, right? Where you can take this and then gold. Money. Coin. There's no gold coin. Gold coin? Wow, okay. Gold. Cremation urn has an icon, but there's no gold coin? Are you kidding me? Money. Alright. Fuck it, that one. I know that'll work, yeah. See, you can actually go with a slightly different rendering style for this than I had been, because you could, like... I'm not going to use emojis in the real game, don't get that concerned about it, but, like, you can actually just have an emoji on there still. What does it look like in that reference I just opened before? Bad North is very simple. Nice. Play. Yeah. Right, you can put it on the other side. I don't have to put it on the right. I can put it like here. So you might move this over then to there and then grab this guy and put it in. So there's that approach. It's not awful. I don't know. I think I actually preferred the like hanging off the corner tag thing for in terms of like clarity, I feel like that is actually nicer. I do want the background color to be different. It's too similar to the back thing there. Actually, you know what we should do with it is effects, drop shadow, inner shadow. The color of this should be white. It should be at 0, 0 like that. And it should be like 100% visible. And the reason that we can't see it is what? Ah, that's why, yeah. Spread maybe too much, yeah, and then maybe this should be like 75, and this should actually be like more like that. Yeah, that's nice. So yeah, look, just make it pop a little bit more, right? That's basically all I'm doing there is making it pop. Everyone's favorite thing is to make it pop. Gradient linear to not semi-transparent. I don't think maybe quite a lot more visible actually.
Honey, I'm in my home.
Oh, honey, I'm house. Welcome.
Hello. Oh, there's new.
There's new. He's gone. He's
Jake,
dead.
there's Jakery.
Oh, Jakery. Yes. Okay, there we go. You are back.
I have the stream up.
It's it's this hand drawn epic.
This is pretty adorable.
Let me show you what I was going on about while you weren't looking before. Oh, not this. This. I was like, does this not? This main character somehow reminds me of Krusty the Clown's daughter.
It's the curls.
It's the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The greatest point of dispute amongst all known likenesses of the bard.
What, that having hair?
What does the hair look like?
Oh yeah, there's not really an agreement between any of the depictions, is there? Maybe he changes his style often. Well, there. I guess we still haven't really picked the gender.
Does Cormac have little arms on his head? Because that might have to be canon.
I had thought they were Shrek ears, but them being little arms is funny.
Are those little like turned out biceps? Like,
no, he's like clenching his ear fists in anger. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's kind of like posing. That's great.
Yeah. So there you go. Jake and I had coffee this morning. We were talking about like art stuff, so I assume that's probably been bouncing around his head a little bit.
Yeah, man.
It was a good chat. We had like a 3-hour discussion about game development.
Oh yeah.
I'm always
So
like,
like
you like talk to someone about games, and you're like, oh, I really like this. That's right.
yeah, the amount of time you can talk about games is 15 seconds or 4 hours, and there is no there's no intermediate.
Scarily true, I think, actually.
There's only two types of conversations about game dev, like, oh, you're still making those video games? or like, just incredibly nuanced.
Yeah, it's we were talking to someone at the cafe, and I was like, do you know what like a deck builder is? Because that's like the make or break part of explaining anything I'm about to say.
Yeah.
But when you
Fortnite, it's not like that.
It's nothing like that at all, yeah. I actually think I like this button design more after seeing more screenshots of other games.
Yeah, I agree. I love a good rounded rectangle.
I also like it has the weird extra benefit of like they sit nicely next to each other and make a parallel set of lines in a way that rounded buttons don't.
Yeah, rounded ones suck an anus.
Yeah, that's how I'd put it. I also made the coin look a bit more like, I don't know, legit here, which I think actually helps quite a bit. It just pops a bit more. Okay, well, I'm basically...
Did you make a thing of this already?
A thing. Please explain. A component.
Oy vey.
Wait, no, don't... I haven't made a component. Or you can just, like... Whatever.
I just copied this.
Yeah, it's fine. Because, like, it doesn't really matter if we have components for it, because I'm just going to make it in-game.
I'm not sure that I agree with the linear thing for the...
The linear thing. It worked with the coin. I don't think it makes sense for other kinds of icon. Like, because the way I changed it here is that it's just like the coin is kind of stuck on there. It doesn't have to be a circle for everything.
Yeah. No inner shadow. Get out.
That's too big. Why is that so big? What the fuck?
Abandon runs.
Ah, yes, this color is normal too. I love, like, normal too. Normal wasn't normal enough.
This red is not the same red. We have different reds.
We do.
To be honest, we are fairly inconsistent with our color scheme.
It's because everything gets designed, like, each screen gets designed in one pass, and we're like, right, done, good forever. And then never, like, try and integrate all together.
It always is.
Yeah, we've never had to change anything in this game.
Yep. No, get out of here. New color style. Abandon red. See, that's a funny joke.
Is it?
Yeah. You're not paying attention?
Sorry, try again. Yeah.
You're not listening? It's the abandoned rain red. Hence, abandoned rain.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry, just I was lagging a bit the first time. Yeah.
This is optional grey.
Optional grey. Yeah, sure. This is a stand-in icon until I do better.
That's the trouble there. You can't do better. This is as good as you.
Every time that I design a button for something, I'm like, this is the best button I've ever made. I expect that I will break this record in like the next time I design a button. Okay, sure. That's pretty good. That's not the right grey though. Oh, that's okay. It should be more grey still then.
It's optional grey.
Jake says we have.
I feel like it's weird that the options go below the tombstone count.
I generally don't like anything about how this UI is laid out on this screen. I think the abandoned run and options buttons should probably be in the same place. Like, I think this actually kind of makes sense to have a hierarchy of them here.
Yep.
Yeah, the options button is only in the top right for what I would consider like legacy reasons. It's my favorite thing to do. Screen cap the game and then put rectangles over parts of it so I can pretend that it isn't there.
If we did have a review army thing, putting it in the top right would be a sensible place.
Yeah, or just down where the units are themselves. Either way. We are going to have to solve the problem like what happens when you have more than the 8 units or whatever you can fit on a 1080p screen currently. But like,
yeah,
it just isn't coming up that often yet, and I know there's lots of ways we can approach it, so
we can just make the last slot a UI to open the army.
yeah, exactly. It just becomes the like dot.
I just seen this press F1 for help, and I think it'd just be really funny if we made it so that when you press F1 it spawns a like 111 unit.
It's not access the help menu, it's just like give me a little bit of assistance.
It's like I just suck.
Okay, I like these buttons quite a lot more. They have more personality.
Cool. The little bit of a slant is like gotta go fast.
Yeah, exactly. Speedrun strats. So what did I have in height? Enlarge map from 6x6 to 8x8. We have done that.
Did you make a component for this?
No,
in the end?
I didn't.
Because I was thinking we probably also need a
yes.
A kill the boss.
Kill the boss. Oh, you want to make a button that like is for actually no, that's worth doing. We should make a version of this button for each kind of thing that you can go into.
Yeah, so I'm making a kill the boss one now.
Kill the boss. All right. Well, let's do a combat one then. I guess should the combat one be red, or are you gonna? Should the button be yellow always, but the icon is what changes or something?
You're asking very difficult questions here.
Yes, I am.
I think yellow is very visually appealing. I was thinking kill the boss should be purple.
Yeah. Okay.
But that does not dictate a convention that applies to the other.
But I would think that then it should be red for combat because the combat icons are red, at least in the current way we've chosen to do this.
I don't think we have a picture of this skull anywhere that's not on a thing.
Yeah, it'd be an A sprite somewhere is probably your best bet to find it. Like just in the game assets. Challenge mode activate. Kill the boss.
At some point it was called Dragon's Cord. I had forgotten about that.
Yeah. That was like back when the pitch was like that you were basically sending into a dungeon to face off against the like music playing dragon, right? It was like the like battling Satan in
when
a
you were an
fiddle battle
actual
sort of vibe.
a fiddle battle, when you were an actual hero instead of a
A selfish adventurer.
yeah.
What's the
Oh man.
other thing you can do? You can go to a challenge room. That's it, right? It's challenge, combat, boss, or shop. You know, yeah. This should be base challenge. And I don't know what this should be yet. This is a terrible choice of icon, but we'll put it in for now. And then the shop one,
it's really difficult
we might change to that.
I don't even know where I am.
Yeah, so that one looks pretty good there.
All right, I love this.
What is that?
This is the secret.
Okay.
You can't know about it until right now.
There it is. Okay, so you stack.
Unfortunately, it can't look like this. It has to. It can't be perps. It has to be black.
Can't be perps. It has to be blurps.
Yeah.
Perps and blurps.
You know blurps. You know blurps.
Everyone knows blurps. Begin combat button, sure, and then
This one, it's not a real skull because it has little horns and a goatee. Oh dear.
So the thing I can't decide, right, is what color challenges should be. Like, I think what makes the most sense for this board is like shops, challenges, and chests should all be different colors, and then the buttons for them should correspond to those colors. But we've got kind of a weird convention where like luck is purple, but punishments are purple, and the boss is purple, and I don't know how to like allocate colors.
Purple is bad luck.
Yeah.
That's kind of the. Ooh, that's a very interesting idea.
Elaborate.
What if we make units have a bad? What if they have a bad stat?
Or a badness stat.
Like the higher it gets, the worse it is.
But so what makes it worse about it?
Well, I mean, we still have to do stuff with it. But what if, like, you're like, oh, this person has a luck of 9, and it's like, yeah, like 9 times out of 10, they're gonna die.
So it's like the luck stat is the units like mix them into a lightning rod for bad things or something.
Yeah.
That is quite funny.
And we just never explain it. People are like, I keep taking luck upgrades. What's going on?
I keep losing.
Suckers.
Didn't specify whether it was good luck. So back on what I was.
I don't think kill the boss is the right way, but
no, we've been trying to not use the words kill. So yeah.
Fight the boss.
Face. I've got face challenge. I have face challenge at the moment, but maybe I can do something else. Attempt. I don't know.
Start.
Yeah, begin. They're all fine. I have a
We don't use the term encounter anywhere.
no. It's kind of a technical term in terms of like I don't know if the player needs to hear it, but
I think encounter should be anything rather than like a UI necessarily thing.
yeah, an encounter is like all these things are types of encounter, right? The four things we've discussed.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this color coding? Is the first question I have. Like, if shops were green, would that be better?
If shops were green, would that be better? It really sounded like you were
Going for it.
starting a song. And like quite a good one, to be honest.
The shops are green
Like,
song
I don't know, it had a certain
had a cadence to it.
uh je ne sais quoi. Or as the French say,
Thingy.
I don't know what.
Yeah, the French say something. So I think that does increase the legibility of this board massively. Now the dice need to be a different color too.
I agree.
What is? We can use salmon. That's probably one of the only remaining kinds of like color here.
We have vivid blue and we have player blue. Do you want the units to be blue though, or are you happy with them in this kind of washed out, forget about me kind of expression?
They should probably be blue, to be honest. Blue knits. That's how you know it's the right choice.
Do you want a generic unit?
For now, I mean, I still don't know if we want to have them standing on the board overall. That's the thing. We could try and put that in, but then like, it still raises the question of if you put a unit literally on the board, is it like, does it have stats and stuff already?
No. Because, yeah, that's why I think maybe we should lean towards having a generic unit instead of a merc, unless you just want to have actual units.
Well,
I guess it's kind of a little bit, just to add more to the thing. So, like, units don't change what room you're going into.
yeah.
Like, also punishments don't either.
They
so
slightly push you
there is-
towards combat or challenge, I think,
Yeah,
punishments.
they have effects, but like, if you select all punishments,
You get a challenge, I think.
But units don't do that.
I don't think units have an effect, no.
So, like, I can understand the idea there. And then you can put them actually on there and be like, you will get this unit. So you give the player information.
But then it sort of seems like well, firstly, that changes the way I'll have to generate rewards quite a bit, which is something to consider. But the other thing is like, do they take up one slot on your like 4-tile selection if you just get them and they don't do anything? Like that's kind of a weird.
No, I'm not saying we change how they do them, but I think you can conceptualize them as being different. So I think it's okay if only units look different.
Yeah, I can see that.
In which case we can make blue one of the other things.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get the icon for we can just recreate it. The icon for the challenge is what I was gonna say.
The other one that we have is the mystery room as well.
The mystery room. Explain.
The mystery room doesn't currently, like, you can't get it. But the mystery room is the Stonehenge seasonality.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, so a kind of room that does not yet exist. We can allocate a color for it, potentially, then.
Essentially a non-shop, non-combat encounter.
Yeah.
I don't mind it being vivid blue. It's the last one that we have.
Let me get this dice icon again. And let's get I guess the mystery room can just be a question mark. That might be a stupid icon for it. Is there a better one?
Unless you want to draw a little Stonehenge now.
That seems like it's not going to fit in this kind of depiction.
For the little icon in the corner.
Yeah, what? I mean, like...
Well, you mean...
I'm saying for the tiles on the board, like, you need one of these circles with, like, a flat colored image in the middle.
The size of a Stonehenge.
I didn't hear that.
I was thinking isn't it funny how when you put the same size things, but on one thing there, sorry, I moved something. If you have the same size blocks, but you make them tall in one direction and then you change them the other way, they look like they're different sized. You notice that effect?
I only half listened to you, but looking at what you're saying, I do know what you mean. So looking at what you're doing, not saying. Cannot look at what someone's saying. It's impossible on the internet.
This is at the front. That's why. I was like, what is going on here?
Why would I do this the dumbest way possible instead of just like making a component? Oops. Yeah.
There you go. Stonehenge.
Magic. Are you going to use the shadow? Because it's supposed to be flat color, right? I don't like these things being salmon colored.
I was just doing it so you could see kind of what I was getting at. See, it is weird because this feels like this top one should be slightly bigger than the other two. You know?
I do know.
And these seem like they shouldn't be quite so tall. What's giving me that?
That looks better, actually.
Let me get rid of their drop shadow then, and I'll just give them a very slight stroking. There you go. You made me do this.
Yeah, that sounds right. What the fuck?
I don't know where these rectangles are.
This looks a lot better. I'm just looking at the overall mock-up currently.
Not the thing I'm drawing? Shock horror.
Well, I mean...
How could you say that this
I can't,
doesn't already look...
Better than what? Tell me it looks better. Better than what?
That was not part of the question.
It wasn't even a question.
And yet you treated it like it was. All right. How big are these? 46. Oh. There you go.
Mystery room.
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge. No one knows how it got here. No,
that's very true.
No one knows where it's going. Let's just put one of these on the map for the sake of it.
Obviously, at some point, you'll need to draw a better Stonehenge. Also, you copied the one that I was still editing.
Sorry. Do you want me to delete it?
No. It's when I shrunk it, I had to reduce how rounded the rectangles were.
Oh, so you got to do it again here, I see.
No, I just fixed it.
I think the vivid blue is actually pretty good. The color spread here seems correct.
This is the color palette that we spent
I know
so long designing. So it should work.
The red on the combat and the purple look like they're less saturated than they should be because I took a screenshot and I think the color profile is a bit different, but these would all go together otherwise.
They're not the exact red, I don't think either.
Oh yeah. So basically I actually am quite happy with what I'm looking at here.
I think there's an over-representation of blues at the moment, I think.
Isn't there too many challenge rooms? Or is in...
Yeah, I think... Yeah, is blues challenge room?
Yeah.
There's too many dice on the...
Yeah, I think I agree. That they're like they need to be a bit
Too many
rarer.
dice on the dance floor.
Too many dice. Uh, other
It would be very funny if we made the luck icon change from purple to blue once you reached a certain luck threshold as well. Like you had bad luck
now
and
you
now
have
it's
good luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked recently about changing the icon from tombstones to something else. Can you remember what we were talking about?
Yeah, we talked about it, but we didn't decide on what it could be.
No, but isn't like what was the motivation again for why we had to change it? It was because of something else.
Purging the game of death.
Oh, just like not talking about killing. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah. So I mean, without it being coins, it's kind of hard to know. I mean, you can just get coins. That's the thing.
Well, I was thinking we could make them souls. Somehow them being souls rather than like, tombstones is less weird.
It's also
Like,
okay. No, that I kind of like that because it's even funnier for the shopkeeper who's like, "Give me souls," and you're like, "What are you gonna do with them?" And he's like, "Nothing. None of your business."
Don't worry about it.
What's a good icon for a soul? Is there a? Oh, okay. Is there?
I thought, where are you? Yeah, these ones, I just want to be in the frame, but apparently they decided that this picture, frame 6, that's what I'm going for. It is very difficult to put things where you want them in Figma sometimes.
Agreed.
Oh no. I've made a terrible mistake.
I'm just looking at emojis while I watch you massacre the document.
There we go.
Nice.
It's in there now.
I hate when you like if you don't start with a frame, which I didn't here. It's so annoying to put something into one.
It really is. Like I gotta put this ellipse like many layers up, but I can't do it. Like I have to do it by
Manually, yeah.
because if I do it not by hand, then like if I just try and move it up layers, then it won't work.
Things they don't tell you you'll be doing when you get into game development. Part 1 billion.
No, you're not part of the tooltip. Get outside the tooltip, but stay in the frame. No, now you're outside the frame. You can see how that's an issue. No, see now you've just skipped over the frame altogether.
All I want is for you to be within the frame.
There we go. No, you should be. You definitely should be in front of this image. What is in this group? Oh, yeah. Obviously, that's the way it should work. Downtown, we can go there to downtown.
You know, I'm starting to wonder if the top right corner is the right place for your money, but I guess it's where you'd expect to look for it in a game still.
I'm starting to wonder what your organizational system for these things is.
What do you mean? I just made them in whatever order was convenient to me. Is that a system? All the units should be on top of everything.
I'm doing game dev with a madman.
I was looking through the assets folder earlier, just being like, well, another multi-year project where I failed to have any system for organizing these. Nice.
You are a bit of an asshead.
Hey.
See, that's a funny joke because
Something.
of reasons. You understand.
I have another question. What do you think of the like selected tile effect with the blue outline? I kind of hate it, and I don't know what to do.
Hate it enough to change it.
I feel like it would be better if the tiles themselves changed color. It would just probably.
Oh, absolutely.
It just seems clearer. I don't know if they should be blue either, but that's a separate question.
Definitely not.
No blue allowed.
When you're patting the dogs, you can always a downtown.
A
Why do I
downtown?
have that song stuck in my head?
I don't know, man. What do you have that song stuck in your head? What? Why did I get a Stonehenge?
Stonehenge. 37 by 37.
I thought I went with 38 by 38, and this was 39 by 39. They're all different sizes.
Yeah.
I'm my worst enemy yet again. Oh, this gets into the bard's face. Whatever. Like.
Oh, you know actually though what might happen?
Mm-hmm.
What if these disappeared because they're down here now?
Oh, sure. Well, like, it's kind of hard to mock that up accurately. We can try. don't look at me. Yeah. I wonder what color this should be. Like, I don't think that vivid blue actually makes that much sense. I just picked it because it wasn't used by anything before. But like, would it be better if these were just highlighted? Like, if it was all just white? I don't know.
I see. You want to make the whole game white.
It's an approach. Could be green. Valid movement is usually green in games, but it looks awful, which is the problem. Maybe I could make them dark instead of light. I do still have to work out what the disabled state is for these things too. Wizard magic.
No one's gonna know.
Nothing to see here.
How would they know? Okay, it's even more perfect now.
We should probably do the same thing to these, right?
Oh, it looks so bad.
It doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm happy with how this looks. Like, this looks like a video game that I might even want to play, to be honest.
Yeah, particularly if it dispensed like tickets.
Oh yeah. I have a thing that has crept into my mind now, which is if we do these buttons with this slightly slanted style.
I'm sorry, I took that very literally for a second and I nearly choked on my soup.
I don't know what I said.
You just casually like something has crept into my mind, and I was like, it is an upsetting thing to just say.
Something has infiltrated my inner sanctum. Yeah.
My new house is not safe.
I was gonna say, not that maybe the unit cards should have the same slight slant to them. If the buttons have that, it would unify the UI more then.
Particularly if the units aren't totally straight.
I mean, I don't know if we have to bring that up in universe, but we can.
It's just a very confusing and upsetting UI because like you chose to include this detail. Just like every unit is on a very slightly different angle.
Oh, this isn't okay. This is gonna be more difficult than I wanted it to be, just to tell if it's a good idea or not. It's probably not a good idea, but meh. So this one is, oh, there's many layers here. I see. Where's the part? Like, Apparently, I got no idea. Oh, okay, so it's all in this group. Mask group. That rectangle. That one. Ah, that's the special rectangle. The special rectangle. And then this rectangle as well. Ah, no. That one. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if you were having internet issues or something again.
No.
No.
Is it the same angle?
Yes. Huh? No, apparently not. It's not quite the same. Can I be bothered for the sake of the mock-up? A little bit.
I was gonna say enter encounter, and then I realized that was stupid.
Enter the encounter.
What do you reckon about explore mystery?
Investigate? Investigate ruins. I don't know. Sticky beak mystery.
Suss it out.
That's it. Yeah, that's good.
And it's no.
It's no.
Just realized that I have to copy this Stonehenge across, or as we like to call it, Stonehenge.
What's that from? Is that from Spinal Tap or something?
Yeah, that's some Spinal Tap. When you make the Stonehenge solid, it just looks like pants.
As a sentence, that's got one of the better constructions of all sentences.
Look at this.
Explore pants. I don't know what to do about that.
You know what though? It's fine.
It gets the point across for the time being, and the idea of it being explore pants is just too funny.
You might need new pants. I did think about the other thing being the mushroom, but in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, there is a type of encounter where you eat fly agaric and then you have hallucinations, and like the most uninspired encounters. Some of them are like surprisingly good.
Yeah.
But I think I was only surprised because of how like terrible I found the first ones.
Scenes where you like quote unquote trip in games are usually bad in my experience.
But it's just like
Fly agaric is also not a particularly like trippy thing in real life apparently. That makes people sick more than it does anything else.
Yeah.
It's interesting that it's in Mario. Like, I don't really understand how that happens still. Okay, I pretty much just like this now. That's a pretty good outcome. I didn't expect to spend so long doing mock-ups on the stream today, but I think ultimately it was probably worth it.
This ghost? Is the ghost for the ruins? Is that why this ghost is here?
I was being like, is that a good icon to use next to souls before? I wasn't sure if it was too, like, it's actually like probably better than the crystal ball, to be honest.
Crystal ball has a certain je ne sais quoi. Although, downtown. Can I put this in here? Yeah, I can. Right. Here's my idea.
You're gonna colorize the flame so it looks like the white soul or something?
Oh, I would love to do that, but no.
Not at all.
I was just gonna put it behind the crystal ball.
Mm. Ah, that's dramatic. I like it.
Yeah, I thought it was actually quite good. I was thinking maybe you get rid of the stand, but you know, it has a certain.
Don't say je ne sais quoi again.
Anyway, the flaming orb, I think, gets the point across.
Yeah, I think so. Let's move it down out of the corner a little bit, I think. I want everything but that. And now I have only that selected. How the fuck is... How...
You unselected it for a second. Yeah,
just give me
fine.
all
I had my
three.
cursor.
Okay, there
Yeah,
we go. There we go. Nice.
Do you want to call them souls? Do you want to make up our own word?
I don't know. What is it? I feel like it is kind of souls because they are from units dying.
Mm. I mean, but yeah, we can call it whatever we want. We can call it Vim. We can call it Vip. We could call it Vig. We could call it.
He's playing Wordle in his mind.
Vim. Do you like Vim?
Sure. Vim is the name of the code editor I use, so sure.
Yeah. Zeal, Zest, Zing.
Zing? Zeal's interesting. 10 Zeal.
I like Vim, but I can appreciate.
I mean, it doesn't really matter as long as we can explain. It's like when units die, Vim comes out of them. No one knows what it is. No one knows what it's for. But this guy at the shop wants it.
We could call it Vig.
Oh, like
Vig
vigor.
Vig is like juice, but it like Vim and Vig mean basically the same thing.
I kind of think I prefer Vim just visually on screen.
Do Vim.
Yeah.
And the guy can be like, you got any Vim, any Vig, any Vip, any Vigor? and you're like, dude, what do you want? And he's like, that, what you're holding in your hand, give it to me.
What did you say?
Any Vip, any Vigor?
Okay.
Good stuff. I'm not sure that we can actually colorize these. I was going to say colorize.
You can do it with the inner shadow stuff, but that's all we've got.
Shadow.
Or you could mask maybe with it. I don't know if that works with text. I think it doesn't.
Probably not.
Okay, so I have to build this interface in the game soon. This actually looks like a screenshot of a game that, if I look at it, explains itself. This is for the first time since we commenced this development process.
Oh, that's good.
The only concern I have is that I think the abandon run button is more visually captivating than the start challenge button. Oh,
made everything worse.
Yeah, it's like an Arctic flame, except it looks bad.
Well, that's the trick, Captain.
It always looks bad. Okay.
Whatever. You get the idea.
I do get the idea. Oops. What have I done? Hide completed again. How do you hide completed tasks? I don't know how to use the software. So instead of prevent 0 tile moves, this task should actually be like enforce 4 tile moves. Okay. And then we've also got... Oh, okay. One other thing I wanted to check. Oh, crap. Where would we have put it? You had a mock-up the other day where you put Cormag on the other side of the board. Do you know what that was in? Oh, I found it.
Yep. Oh.
I just want to see if it, like, well...
Because I was lying.
Yep.
I really didn't know what it was in. Fire orb.
It's going to have to be a lot smaller if this is going to work still, but whatever. He doesn't even need to be saying anything really in this shot, but also, why is this massive? It's like twice as big as it needs to be. I like how this dialogue box is like in the oldest possible style in the game, I think. It should be like this, really.
I've made something better
And
than what we currently had.
what did you do?
It's gonna block you up your view though.
Block up my view. Oh, my view. That's okay. We can move this.
when you realize
It's the orb from the wizard staring at orb, right?
it's the orb, bro. it's a specific instance of it, but this one he made it very glowy. This guy made a 3D version of it, and it's good.
I found
but how great is this? Like, be honest.
what, having the glowing orb? Yes, of course it's great. It's amazing. I can't
With this subtle wizard behind being like, particularly with this subtle wizard behind staring at it.
I'm gonna paste in. Oh my god! I found this the other day. Is what I was gonna say. It just has like completely different energy. Someone edited this thing into the orb, I guess.
It looks like the upside down troll face thing, but it's.
I think it's got like. I think these are like legs curled up in here or some shit.
This is an arm. This is a leg, and then this is like a troll face Pepe thing. Maybe.
It's a bit like Venomy, yeah. Anyway, I thought this was ridiculous, and that's why I saved it.
Yep.
So
this pretty much is exactly what I want, though. Glowing blue orb.
Yeah, no, that looks cool.
Mysterious.
And that can be like, when a unit dies, we can have a glowing blue orb come out of them and fly up to the corner or something if we want.
Yeah. Also, I'm not sure if you realize this, but the economy is 100% rigged.
What do you mean?
Like, you get orbs by just being in the presence of death.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, it's like your units die, you get orbs. Enemies die, you get orbs. Like,
well, narratively in my mind, it's something like, when units die, they like leave this glowing blue orb on the floor, and the bard is just like putting it in his pocket very quickly.
No, I'm just saying it's a feature of this universe.
You just get it. Yeah.
You just get it.
Yeah, you accrue XP by being in the vicinity of death.
But in my mind, everyone who's there is also getting orbs.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, the opponent has to be getting their units from somewhere, right?
I lost my headphones.
Wait, you lost them? Okay.
They fell off my face.
Question. Does it make sense to swap the color of the challenge rooms with the color of the mystery rooms? Just because it'll be so much more, like, visually appealing.
Yes. But is exploring the pants gets much worse when it's jeans blue. like you come look at it and you will see. Where are you?
Where are you? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should leave it.
Explore comfort.
Explore comfort. It's Levi's ad built into the game.
Do you reckon we could get the game sponsored by Levi's?
The song of the face sponsored by Levi's is really funny to me for some reason.
It's the song of the jeans.
Song of the jeans.
The jeans of the Fae?
The jeans of the Fae seems like the better name, actually, now I really think about it. Alright, let's leave the jeans as grey for now. Alright, I think I'm about, like, out of brain power, honestly. Check my to-do list and see if there was any other stuff. That can go. Redesign buttons. They have been redesigned, although I did say that I wanted to think about sounds and animation and stuff, but I'll do that when I implement them.
Yeah.
So now we need to add implement mockup in game.
With the state of affairs?
Making the boss bigger is something I was thinking about. It's a good idea. I am actually happy with this.
This is too big. Question. If we do have ruins override everything,
what happens if you pick the ruins and the boss?
Should they also be bigger?
Yeah, I think they need to look more special than in practice, but we can do all sorts of like progression towards that.
Things that you missed though.
Well, we can also we can just make them more glowy or something if people keep missing them. Like, I'm happy to just, you know, put the minimum effort in now, as always. Okay, I'm done. This is dope. I'm happy with it. I'll tweet it probably. Let's turn that button off and put the begin combat the visit shop button on. You would have gotten a shop in this mock-up, so let's put the visit shop one on. I hate when this mock-up doesn't quite make sense because you actually have selected 4 on the map. Don't want to. Yeah, but this is a more like informative UI state.
This is you are hovering over this square, but you have not selected it yet.
Works for me. These bits like, please ignore my reality distortion squares.
Yeah, look, you can make this slightly better than it is, but not really very much. Is that better? Is it better?
I don't know what better means anymore. Oh, my light turned off. That's a sign you got to stop. All right, I've made this portal smaller. Oh, you can see a bit of the red though. It's not good enough.
I mean, if I was really bothered, am I really bothered?
Am I bothered? Do I look bothered to you?
You look a little bit honest.
All right. Oh my god, you're going the extra mile. Fair enough. Ah, my version. Give me my version. It's so bad.
Yeah, why are you just...
What? Why am I just what?
Mine is the crossing in the middle. Yeah, just move them up. Fix the angle.
I copied your angle. Why do I have an extra one?
It's beautiful. It's a cursory glance.
Yeah, no one could ever know that there was something there. Whatever. It's perfect just the way it is. This is Atkinson hyperlegible, but maybe it is too big. It is hyperlegible. Can I get it on one line? Yeah. Okay, it's perfect. The game's done.
It is pretty much perfect. Honestly, if we can get this right, then the whole rest of the game should just be like
slotting into place.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. I think we can get this to work. This is like, it's much more understandable just visually than the previous map was. Even though the other one was like a traditional roguelike map, I think this one just invites you to click on it much more.
Particularly if it's like fun and click and draggy, and if you run your cursor across it, all the squares get a little frisee.
Yeah, that's like what I was thinking about with the buttons too. Just like the UI needs to be more reactive to what you do. Because the game can feel a little bit like, it can feel a bit stiff, I suppose is the word that I'm looking for, where you're just like, it just feels a bit like a static set of screens sometimes, instead of looking it's really alive.
Yeah.
We'll get there. That just takes a lot of iteration. There's something I remember with the Thin Silence, actually, like when in the last like year, a lot of the, the like little details that I added there are what made the game actually feel like a commercially like polished professional thing. It was kind of janky before that.
This is good.
Yeah, I'm happy with this.
I think it delivers a level of complexity that can compete with the combat.
I also think it's like in line with our original design direction. Like, I think it's actually quite original. Even though it's like, it looks like a board game. It's like this game in totality doesn't really look like any other game that I've played.
Yeah,
which is the dream.
That's good.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go and do something else. It's been fun.
That's fun. I'm gonna go enjoy my infant daughter.
Yeah, that also sounds fun. I will be around on the weekend working on stuff, but I got no idea what your plans and movements are.
On Saturday, I'm doing some fairly significant house maintenance stuff.
Ah, well, that'll be fun.
Sunday TBD.
All right. Well, I guess like if you're online, just ping me and we'll see what happens.
Good night.
All right. I'm gonna hang up on you and then I'm gonna end the stream. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. As I said, I'm gonna hang up on him. I'm gonna end the stream. So thank you if you stuck around to the end, as always. Really appreciate anyone who comes and hangs out with us. Jake, if you're still there, hope you're having a good day. It's good to see you this morning as well. Yeah, if you want to keep up with the game, like follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Like there's a million places you can go. It's all linked in like the description box down below or via my Twitter profile. You'll get there if you're determined. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.